in the world of Formula One, where speed meets precision and where champions are forged on the track. A new chapter is about to be written. This is your moment. Create your legacy and prove that you have what it takes to become a legend in the world of F1 racing. Introducing legendary drivers.
Welcome back, Game Week King family, to another F1 Clash video, and legendary drivers are finally coming into the game. We have been talking about this for years. We have been asking Hutch about these things, and they have finally done it. And hats off to Hutch for getting it done, because it must have been difficult to get done, as these drivers are not a part of the official F1 calendar. So they had to go out of their ways to get these licenses, to get these drivers and these assets in the game. All right, so we're going to be looking at one of these assets before we jump into our qualifying round here. We're going to be looking at Michael Schumacher. Let me jump over on him and take a look at his stats, and then I'll give you my thoughts on legendary drivers and how I think it might work out in the game. Let's go. All right, so here we are on Michael Schumacher, one of our first legendary drivers that Hutch has revealed to us. And we see legendary driver under his tab. I like the image. I like that background right there behind the driver. It's nice. I like the logo as well. The logo is nice. That's a nice clean design. I like that. All right, so his overtaking is going to be 98. Remember, all these stats max out at 99. And overtaking on Schumacher is going to be massive right here. Defending is going to be 96. Qualifying 92. Race start 90. And tire management 94. So he's looking a beast right there, Michael Schumacher. So it seems like we have about five legendary drivers is what we saw in the image that Hutch was released to us in that trailer there. So we'll say probably it's going to be 5 drivers. Who knows if it's going to be more, but that's what we saw in that trailer. Now, how are they going to be giving out these legendary drivers is going to be interesting. We should get more information on that later down. But yeah, as you see, coming soon, legendary drivers. And we got the stats for Michael Schumacher. I guess they're going to be putting out the stats of the other drivers as well at a later point. But how are they going to be rewarded is very interesting to know. Then again, how are they going to be used is another interesting thing to note. Because I doubt they're going to just allow you to use like Michael Schumacher here in your duels and in every GP events, in all your races. I doubt they're going to be doing that, because then that would be overpowering. As nobody else will be using any of the other drivers. Everybody will just be getting these legendaries and use them all by themselves, so the game will just become a gameplay of only legendary drivers. So it's very interesting to know how they're going to be used. Now, will the legendary drivers be restart at the new season? That is going to be interesting to know as well, because remember, they're legendary. There's nothing to change on them. So are you going to be able to use them at the new season as well? So a lot of thinking, a lot of questions coming in this feature. A lot of questions to be asked. Hopefully we'll see Hutch doing a live stream pretty soon explaining it all, and we could get those questions to them. But I'm excited for the new feature. As you know me, I like new things, and once it's about new things, I'm all for it. All right, so great job, Hutch. I loving the design, loving the looks, and now I can't wait to see how they are awarded and how we could use them in game. All right, so let's jump back in game and get our qualifiers done. Here we go, back in game now for our qualifying races. As you can see, we've used up all our coins to upgrade our Virtue up to the next level. We still need 700,000 to get it up to level 4, so we'll just wait on that. But we're going to be testing it out here in the qualifying round, as it's one of the main parts that we wanted in the game, been wanting, and we finally got it. So we're now going to be jumping out here into the Brazilian Grand Prix and see what we could do in the Champions GP here in our first race. Let's go. First race, Brazil. Let's jump on into it. Here we go for our first race. We are in Brazil for this one. Let's see how our drivers qualify. We still want to test, though our team score has been lowered significantly by using the Virtue. We want to see how it performs, how our drivers performs. Do they do a little more overtaking? Those are the kind of stuff that we want to find out. So we're running these tests right now to see how they work out with the Virtue in at level 3 until we get it up to level 4. All right, so let's go see how our drivers perform. P14, P23, a nice little gap, so we start them off on soft tires as we got that perfect start. And we see Leclerc sliding up the inside here, making his way up to P6, P5 now up to P4. That's exactly how we like to see or Leclerc start the race. And we see Alonso trying to make up some places as well. He's up to P19 as Leclerc now moves up to P1. Great pickup there from Charles Leclerc, P1 right away. So we'll cut him down there as we see Alonso now trying to make his way, but he's stuck in the jam here. Going up the inside of Zoe there, then we're going to cut him down as he's out of the power unit there. As Leclerc is out in P1 holding it down. And we have a beautiful gap between drivers here. So we're looking good. This race is looking interesting, looking pretty good here. Looking like we can make up some places with Alonso here. If we can squeeze up the inside, around the outside now of Lance Stroll. Now we can switch up to the inside of Leclerc and then we'll just cut him back down there. All right, so since he has that nice little gap behind, we're going to charge up his power unit a little bit. Just let him charge a little bit. Then we'll cut up there as we try to overtake Ocon. We could have gotten Ocon there if we pushed a little bit. All right, so we're going to go to pit now for soft tires with both drivers as we have a beautiful gap in between drivers, so no stocking. Can we squeeze past Verstappen? Yes, we can. Now the gap has gone, so we can't really conserve. Now we have that little gap, so we can just conserve a little bit here and then boost on in as our Leclerc is on his way out. Didn't get blocked. He's back out in P5. Alonso got blocked by P21 there, and he's going to be held in P21. It looks like Alonso wanted to overtake P21 in the pit lane. No overtaking in the pit lane, Alonso. All right, so we're up to P20 back. All right, let's take a quick look at the tires of the front runners. Mediums is what they're on. Let's boost Alonso here, see if we can squeeze, pick up some positions on those corners. And then try to go by pit here. Cut down there. Boost back up through here. Empty that power unit, Alonso. There you go. Trying to pick up Ocon. Ocon held him off. See if we can sneak by Ocon. Up the inside. There we go. Now we can cut down to conserve a bit to save back a little bit on power unit. Cut back up. Now, or Leclerc, we're going to empty his power unit into pit with no servicing. As for Alonso, we're going to bring him in now. So we'll push him there. And then we're going to bring him in with no servicing for those softs. Now everybody should be on hard tires going into pit. There you see them. All those hards going into pit. And or Leclerc should get back out in P1. Let's charge back up Alonso as he got blocked going into pit. Ooh, what a slow entry for Alonso there. He got blocked wickedly going in, but he got out, jumped P18, and he's out back in P18. There we go. All right, so he's going to be on softs. Everybody should be on mediums and hards in front of him. There we see them, mediums and hards. So he should be able to pick up a good amount of positions there. What we'll do is just charge up some power units since we have that nice little gap to P17. So we'll charge up some power unit and then we'll just boost him here. See if we can get some of those who are in pit. Trying after the rival as well. Alright, so we couldn't get around Gasly. Let's try it now. There we go. And then we'll push here on Sergeant. Didn't get him. Cut back down to charge. Push now again on Sergeant. Cut down to charge. Wants to get Magnussen out of the way here. And charge. Boost up now. Got Magnussen. Charge. On the final lap, we're up to P12 with our Alonso. So Leclerc did a great race. Alonso did an okay race as well. He started P23 and he's up to P12 here as we do his final charge to finish. Can't catch up to those guys, so yeah, we'll take it. All right, so great race from both drivers here. Leclerc was a massive drive. That was incredible from him, but Alonso did pretty well as well. All right, so we're going to be jumping into our next race and see how we do in that one. Here we go for our next race on Baku, and we got a crazy match in this one here. This one is a crazy match. Our rival team score is way above ours by a lot. And as you can see there, P15, P23 for us, P7, P10 for the rival. That one was interesting. All right, so we're going to go mediums with Alonso. And we're going to give him the Cuppa. And for Leclerc, we're going to go Cuppa as well. And see what we could do. All right. So I wonder why this match came. We are not at our max team score level. I don't know if that's the reason. But who knows. All right, so Leclerc squeezed to the inside, then got blocked. That's what we don't like to see, because he's going to struggle now to make up some places. As Alonso is in P21. Now we got Lando Norris. We got Lance. Come on, we didn't get Lance Stroll there. We should have gotten Lance Stroll. Now we gotten him. And here comes Alonso in P18. All right, so we got a double overtake there, and we're up to P9. Looking good, looking good. The rival Ocon on hard tires. We've got AI Ocon. We're just going to cruise now behind the rival, as our Alonso is out here in P16. Now we can try and squeeze past Leclerc as the rival passed, but we didn't get him. We got blocked. Now we can defend. And we want to have just a little bit to squeeze past Leclerc here. Now we did squeeze past him. Right, so we're now out of power unit. Let's see if we can squeeze past Verstappen. Yes, we can. All right, we're going to go to pit now for fresh mediums with our Leclerc. The rival should come to pit as well. All right, so he's in front. And his pit stop is going to be faster than ours because he has a way higher team score. So there he goes, getting the jump on us. All right, we're back out on our mediums. He went back to softs. Interesting. All right, so we're out back on the mediums for Leclerc. So we'll just allow him to drive. Alonso now. We're going to come to... It's been a long while since I've gone to hard tires. We're going to just come to the hard tires to do the one stop with our Alonso. And try to squeeze him into P11 as he goes into pit. All right. As for Leclerc, you can see that gap that has been created with the softs and the medium tire. Shows you the power of the soft tires compared to the mediums and the hard tires. So this one is looking good so far. You want Alonso to close up the gap as he's going to be going to finish on those tires as he moves up to P22. Now we're going to boost Leclerc to pick up some positions. We want to push him by pit here. Gain as much. Ooh, the rival Norris is going for 3 laps on his soft tires. I wasn't expecting him to do 3 laps on his softs. I was expecting him to do only 2 more laps. Interesting there that he went for 3 laps. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to kind of see if we can squeeze past Leclerc, then we'll cut down to conserve. So we save on tires. We're doing no servicing, or not tires. We save on power unit, as we're going to be doing a no servicing pit stop. Now we're going to boost or Alonso to go by pit. Here he comes. Come on, Alonso, you could get it done. And even with no servicing, the rival pit stop was so good, he still got out in front of us, even with no servicing. Crazy. All right, let's go. All right, so we definitely need to get our virtue level up to level 4, and if we could get lucky and get some more of it to get it up to level 5, then that would be even better. But level 4 is where we need to get it to before we can start to compete with it. Though my drivers are driving pretty nice, I doubt I would get a match like this with my original setup. The rival team score is way higher than ours, and our drivers are basically not able to compete against the rival here at all, because his team score is way higher. So he has the better drivers and the better car. We have nothing to really compete, so we're just trying to get as much points as we can off this race. All right, so we still got up to P10, squeeze past Sainz up to P9. At least Leclerc got in the points, and Alonso in P13. All right, so overall a pretty great race there. We're going to take a look at the debriefing just to see the match of the rival. As you can see, 1606 is the first time I'm racing somebody with such a high team score. Man, that team score is massive. All right, so yeah, level 6 Norris with a level 8 Ocon. Non-max drivers going up against Max Ocon there. Incredible. Look how much max parts we're going up against there. Ooh, wow, core. Oh, yeah. There's no way we were going to even compete against that. But yeah, it is what it is. It was a fun race. Let's go jump on into the next one and see what we can do in that one. Here we go for our next race on Imola. Wet qualifiers. I think this one was... can't really remember how much % chance of rain it was, but ooh, we're out qualifying the rival here. 1320. Interesting. All right, so we're gonna go Prince for Leclerc, and we're gonna go Kawhi for Alonso. Let's go. I really don't like the wet races, but it's a mixed one, so hopefully the timing works out to our pit stop. Hopefully. And we see Leclerc moving there, and then he got stuck. Now he's on his way for his launch. There we go. P7 up already. Can he squeeze up the inside of Sainz? Yes, he can. Alonso up to P16. Can he squeeze past Leclerc? AI Leclerc or Leclerc. Let's go. Charles. This corner inside. Around the outside he goes. Didn't get it. Cut him down there. Boost him back up here. See if we can squeeze past the inside line. There we go. Got the inside line. Then we'll cut back down. Alonso wasn't able to get Gasly. So he got Sargent though. So he's holding P15 for now. All right. So we're going to basically cruise now and see if we can get 3 or 4 laps out of our drivers. We want to see how the timing on the weather is going to work out. It's going to be sunny afterwards, so if we can go for 4, that will be good. All right, so Leclerc crossing the line with 50% tires, so he's good for 4. Alonso is going to run out right near to the pit entry, so what we'll have to do is probably maximize our pit stop here and go for 4 with both drivers. We have a nice little gap, so I doubt we should stock when we do decide to go to pit here with this nice little gap that we have. And 4 still does not look like it's going to be able to make it. So what we're going to do is go in early for 3. Let's dive in early for 3, come back to wets, and then we'll go for 4. Go for 3 more on these wets, and then come back on out. All right, so we dived in early and we're out in last. We're out in last place, but we should be good to get back into our position. So Leclerc was in P5. So we want to see if he's going to get back into P5 when everybody goes to pit now. So there they go, going into pit. Here comes Leclerc. Can he make it up to P5? He's out of power unit, and we'll boost him on the final corner. And there we go, all the way up to P3. And or Alonso all the way up to P9. All right, so that was a good jump. A good decision for the undercut there for us. And now the sun is going to come out. Lando Norris did whole of 5 laps on his tires. Crazy. All right, so let's keep going. All right, so the sun is now out, and we're going to go in our next lap for a no servicing soft stop. So when the track dries out, everybody's going to be on wets. Well, we'll be the only cars on soft tires. All right, so that one worked out in our favor. So we have the possibility of scoring a 1-2 here. First 1-2 for us in the Champions GP based off of technicality. If it all works out. If it all works out based off of technicality. All right, if it all works out. We shouldn't stock. There we go. Got our Leclerc coming back out in P12, P13, and Alonso is back out in P19. All right, so we're gonna kind of cut down here. And now here we go. And it's time for our drivers now to start making their way through the pack, as everybody's on wet tires, they're on hard tires, and we basically have 2 laps to go. And they're on the way softer compound. So we can just push now, push them here, use up these power unit that we have, and then we'll try and save a little bit here and there. It's the final lap. Now, can they get up to the front of the pack is the question here. If we were able to overtake without pushing our power unit, then we would have made up some places, but we're not able to overtake as massively as you would think that you wanted to be able to overtake. You can overtake under power unit if you're pushing your drivers, but they're not massively getting the positions on the correct tires for the correct temperatures or the correct condition. You still have to push them a bit for them to get those positions, but we got up to P5, P8, which is pretty nice. We'll take that still. Let's go jump on into our next race and see how we did, what we could do in that one. Here we go for a final race back at Brazil. Dry qualifiers. It was 50% chance of rain, and it might be a mixed race or a wet race. Let's see what it is. All right, so we got nice qualifiers from our Leclerc, P12, P22 for our Alonso, and it's going to be a wet race, a wet one. All right, so 3 to 5 on those tires. Let me see what I want to do here. I'm going to go Kawhi with both drivers and see how they perform with that extra little bit of pit time under the Kawhi. Let's go see how they perform here in this wet one. All right, so Leclerc now. Let's see his launch. He got a perfect start, both of them, and he got a good start, Leclerc, but then he just kind of slacked off, leaving Alonso to take full advantage of the entire pack that was kind of jammed up a bit there. And Alonso made his way up to P11 off of the first corner. He was like, yeah, I'm not doing it today, Leclerc. I'm gone. Coming for you, Leclerc. I'm coming. And Leclerc was like, yeah, you could come. And then he just picked up to P5. And Alonso is now up to P10. All right, so now we just allow our drivers to drive and see if they can pick up some positions naturally. We have a nice little gap on Alonso, so on Leclerc here, so we could like charge his battery a little bit, but we still want to watch AI Leclerc. We don't want to go too much into charging and leave the position. Now we have to defend with Alonso as he got passed by 2 cars on that corner, so we give him some support And what I'll do is cut down here to get him to charge back up some power unit. Then we'll boost back up in the corner. Leclerc moved up to P4. We still need to watch that Zoe. It's been a while since I've used the cut down, boost back up technique. I just don't have the time to invest so much thinking in one race to see where you got to cut down and where you got to boost back up to charge your power unit. If you're going to be doing all of that thinking, one race is going to be way too long, way too long, and take up a lot of your brain time of thinking about it. But it's the optimal way to go though, if you're going to be using that technique, optimal technique to use. All right, so we're going to go for 5 laps with both drivers. We could have gone for 4 and go for the undercut, but we're just going to go for 5. To go for 4 would have been the better idea, to go for the undercut, but we're still going to be gaining because we have this nice little gap between our drivers here, and that's going to pay off dividends for us. All right, now we see the Red Bulls, the Ferraris are going to be stocking. The Aston Martins are going to be stocking here. All right, so there goes the Ferraris stocking, and here comes the Aston Martin on their stock, and we are going to be getting the jump on Ferraris and Aston Martin in this one. All right, so we didn't get both Ferraris with our Alonso, but at least we got one of the Aston Martins with our Alonso. All right, so we got a good pickup for our drivers. Now we see the front runners coming into pit, going 6 laps on their wet tires. Here comes Leclerc to pick them off. Can he make it stick though? Yes, he can. He's up to P2. Massive drive from Charles Leclerc there, emptying that power unit to make his way up there. And Alonso trying to squeeze by Kevin Magnussen here. Let's see if we can push him. There we go. Got him up the inside. And now we'll just push him through these corners to create a little bit of distance on that Magnussen. And go see if he can go catch up. So we're going to charge down the straight. Cut back up in the corner. Give him a little boost off. And we charge. Cut back up in the corner. Give him a little boost off. Then we charge. Cut back up in the corner. So to think about doing that for both your drivers, it's going to be a bit challenging to do it for both drivers. If you're focusing on one driver, then it's good to go. You could do it for one driver because you're focusing on one driver. But to do it for both drivers, it's going to be a bit challenging. This is why I kind of don't really use that technique anymore. I just allow them to drive naturally. Look at this. Why did the rival Leclerc went to hard tires? Probably the clouds were in there when he went to pit. It probably been cloudy when he went to pit. Yeah, probably it was cloudy when he went to pit. Yeah, so we'll have to wait one entire lap now for the rival Leclerc to finish his race. Let me see if he's the only one who's on hards. Yep, the only one on hards. So we'll have to just wait for him to finish his race, as our race is done. Nice drive from Leclerc up to P2. Great drive from Alonso up to P9. Though we should have gone for the undercut with Alonso, we would have picked up a bit more positions with him. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll take our score as the rival Leclerc complete. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the legendary drivers. Are you guys excited? Use code word legendary down below to let me know that you made it to this portion of the video. Really appreciate you guys who watch the full videos for all your support. And that's basically going to be it for this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Shout out Christopher Graves.
And they say if we'll only avoid any confrontation with the enemy, he'll forget his evil ways and learn to love.